Hi, my name's Jason Lauritsen. I'm going to be doing my assignment on learner variability and universal design for learning as a YouTube video. Something a little different this week, just kind of shake it up. So I might ramble a bit, bear with me. I have had an introduction to this prior to this week. I'm currently taking EDSP 300 from Professor McConnell at University of Idaho. So we have been dealing with the ideas of universal design for learning. I know the history of it. It started out as a architectural design, and then that's been switched over into the universal design for learning. Um, the concept behind it is amazing. You have ways of teaching things to help students with disabilities or impairments, but the idea behind it that if you offer those same options to all students, multiple means of representation, multiple means of expression, multiple means of engagement, that it's going to help them also. It's something that helps students with disabilities, but there are a lot of students out there that slip through the cracks. My son has high functioning autism and ADHD, and we were hoping that he would qualify for a 504 plan, but he doesn't. Um, so some of the things that he would be eligible for if he had a 504, such as, some flexibility in when assignments are turned in, or different options for assignments, or different options for the way the material's represented to him. If he gets bored sitting there watching a video, if there were some other options, or even something as simple as being able to move around or sit in a different place, could help him immensely. But he doesn't get that because he doesn't qualify for a 504 plan. But if we as future teachers use some of those same things when we're designing our lesson plans in our classrooms, it could help everyone. Um, I'm going to kind of tie this in, go off UDL a little bit. The same concepts behind, diverse learners is one of the things that's close to my heart, math. And one of the things that catches a lot of flack lately is, the Common Core. I mean, Common Core standards and the Idaho Common Core content aren't just for math. It's for reading, everything else. But the boogeyman out there is Common Core math. And the concept behind it has a lot to do with UDL. A lot of people are not good at math. I mean, we see that just a lot of prospective teachers. One of the gatekeeping classes out there seems to be math for elementary school teachers 1 and 2. A lot of people in the past haven't made it through that class, or they take that class and it changes their mind about becoming a teacher. Um, kind of like anatomy and physiology for nursing students. It's something that they struggle with. It may be one of the harder classes going through the education process to be a teacher. And one of the reasons that the Common Core ideas for math have been implemented is a lot of people would be better at math if they had different ways to learn the concepts, like going outside the box of the standard algorithm for multiplication. Using area model, using partial products. Something I've seen in my field experience right now, like today, I was working with some students in small groups in a fourth, fifth combo class, and we were working on inequalities with variables. So you'd have like 5 times e plus 7 is greater than 28. And they'd have 4 different, multiple choice options. Working with them on, how to simplify the expression so that you could solve it easier. And, talking about, well, we have a plus 7 on this side. Using different methods and different ways to explain it to them, like, think of it as a balance scale. If you have 7 over here and it's balancing, if you're taking away 7 from one side, you have to take it away from the other so it also balance. And then, switching over to, they'd have an expression where there was a negative. A lot of students have problems at that age understanding the tie-in between subtraction and negative numbers. I had students that, they got the concept of removing 7 from both sides. That made perfect sense. But as soon as you're talking about trying to cancel out a negative 7, it's like, okay, we have to add 7 to both sides. So we've got 28 over here. We add 7 to it. 35, of course. Okay, we have negative 7 and we're adding 7 to it. They'd say it's 14 instead of 0. Having multiple methods and ways to walk through it with them, if you could pull out manipulatives and help them understand that. Just the fact that they're the same concepts of UDL tie in with some of the things that we're dealing with Common Core math. Like I said, I'm probably going to ramble a little bit here. Some of the other things that I've been thinking about along with UDL is, and I don't know how closely it ties in with this right now, but it's something that I ran across when I was looking at some of the UDL and math tie-ins, is that we don't do a lot of early intervention with students that have trouble with math like we do with reading. I mean, the title program with reading. I mean, if you have a second grader that they're not getting it, they're not reading at the level they have, you have title coming in, you have testing, you have extra help for them, whereas math kind of falls through the cracks a little bit with that because it doesn't seem as important. And then as a student goes along, that difficulty with math, amplifies. UDL provides some different ways to, I guess, help fix those problems, or at least, come around to some of the difficulties that they may have with math every day. Well, I guess I'm probably going to stop there. I'm about 9 minutes in. Not sure how effective that was, but it's where I'm at tonight. Have a good night.